Hey man, listen. While we getting this thing off the ground, man. Shout out to Erykah Badu. You always been a big fan of Erykah Badu.
Super fan.
You was always, talking about how mesmerizing and
super mesmerizing.
She's a rapture and
didn't say those words. You sound hella herbish. Well, I'm gonna just say herbish because the other word gives a trouble.
I am Herb, so that's cool. But you and all your Chicago, you, Kanye, Lupe, Hitmaker.
You put me in a group of niggas I don't know.
You know all of them niggas. Yes, you do. Common, Common is your man's, and so. We saw Common put on his crochet pants and shit, fucking around with Erykah. He's a
rational man.
She is a very.
She has aura.
She has a very this polarizing, magnetic, powerful energy. I'll just say powerful energy. She's here in Chicago. At least at the time of this recording, she's here in Chicago, doing 2 nights. The first night I went to the show.
How was it?
You tell me.
That's what I'm asking you. How was it?
Yeah, no, it was cool, bro. Okay. Did you enjoy it?
I didn't go.
No, it was a good show.
If I get out here tonight, I might try to catch it.
You should.
I might. Where's it at?
Chicago. It's Chicago.
It's in Chicago, nigga.
No, it was a good show, man. It was at Chicago Theater. Allegedly started at 8. She hit the stage at 10.
I heard she mooned the crowd.
That's what you heard? You should have seen it.
I wish I would have.
She got the one song where she talking about, Annie don't wear no panties or whatever it go. And she, asked to prove positive. She pulled her pants down and showed her whole ass to the crowd. Salute to Badu. I ain't got no panties. I can't say for sure she didn't have panties on. She might have just pulled those down too.
Like a thong or something.
But, because, she don't wear provocative clothing.
I thought they was going to say she don't wear panties. Like, how you know she don't wear panties?
I wasn't going to say that.
I don't know.
I was saying she doesn't wear provocative clothes. It's not like skin tight or sheer or see-through, none of that. She got on big ass clothes. She just pulled them down and exposed her bare ass.
At her last show, wherever that was at, she did wear all see-through clothes.
Okay, well, shout out to her, man.
They was big as hell, but they was all see-through. It looked like a shower curtain.
Yeah, I don't do nothing for you.
A shower curtain with a belt.
I don't do nothing for you.
You still see.
Yeah, I don't do nothing for you. I need to peek behind the curtain.
It would do it for me. This works.
Nah, I don't do it for me.
Well, okay.
We got to peek behind the curtain.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
She did, drop trowel and show her ass. Shout out to Erykah Badu, man. It was a good show, though. It was a good show. It was fun. I saw a lot of...
You think if you could hold her attention for 3 hours, you could beat?
I think anybody's attention you can hold for 3 hours, you could beat. Like, you know what I mean?
That would have went around so smooth if she just wasn't saying nothing. Oh, that was perfect timing. That was awesome.
That was beautiful.
Oh, that was good.
That was beautiful. Nah, so I just she put on a good show. She put on a really good show. I saw a bunch of people there. I won't name names because I don't know who was outside, who was with who. But I saw some of the guys. I saw a few of the women. Shout out to everybody that was at the show, man. It was a good time. It's a good time.
Hey, who niggas is dirtbags? I heard it was a good show though.
It's a good time. No, it was a good time, man. It was a good time.
Also pretty good.
It was a good time. She had this laser beam effect thing going. At one point, it was like this 3D image of a fetus. Now, it wasn't even a baby, like a fetus in a womb type thing that was just popping out. It was red. Was it red?
Nigga, how would I know?
Yeah, it was cracking. I said, this is wild. So, shout out to Erykah Badu. It was a very...
They said it was one part, there was a light part where she was like a beam from a UFO or something.
And it felt like magnetic. Like she would touch it.
Yeah.
She put her ass on it. Good show.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Shout out to Erykah Badu. It was a good time. It was definitely a good time.
I'm a fan. You know I'm a fan.
Where do y'all come in on where you sit in a row at a show. I don't mean like front to back, side to side. I mean in any given row, sitting at the end versus like the middle.
I don't even like shows where you sitting.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like shows with seats?
Not necessarily.
Really?
Right.
You rather go to like venues like the Aragon or where it's mostly stand. I mean, they got seats. They got seats.
I'd rather festivals. I'd rather go to see artists at festivals.
I love festivals too.
Right. But I think about it like, if I'm going to see an artist, it's some moving kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? The seat constrains you. You know what I mean? Music moves people. Yeah, depending on the venue. Right?
Remember she told her girl, "Is this unpinning you to that seat?"
You keep saying like, nigga, I don't know what happened.
No, I was just saying.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Confused ass nigga.
My bad.
Anyway.
No, but like it was. I like. I don't mind having a seat, but I need to sit on the aisle. I don't want to sit in the middle. Mm-hmm. It was some row. It was a couple rows in front of me, but it was a particular woman that she got up like 15 times. I would have elbowed her on the throat. Like, don't come back. Get out. And she was sitting dead smack in the middle of the row. So everybody
leaving type of shit. But that's what I mean. Right now
so she's getting up. She's going to the bathroom. She's going to the bar. She's going to popcorn. She's going to the bathroom. It's like, hey, sit your ass
You know what would be fly as fuck though?
What?
If they could do concerts like they do the new movie experiences, where you got all that space in the 3D chair and the lazy boy and mother, you walk all you know. It's a hallway out here.
Walk through, do your thing.
That'd be live as fuck.
But that ain't enough. They need to be able to. They need to fill that joint up. Which is one thing about the Chicago theater that I was thinking last night, as I was there, and we was talking about like how old the theater is.
I was thinking about that too, G.
And older theaters are designed for older people. I don't mean old in terms of age. I mean people who lived in yesteryear. Mm-hmm. They were smaller people. Like just in terms of physiology, they were smaller people. And so if you design these seats
like for $1.50 word, I'm proud of you. I fuck with it.
If you design these seats for the Abe Lincoln era, then everybody was 5'4" and
I get it.
118 pounds, and that was the man.
So when you say it was at the Chicago theater,
like,
though,
niggas is 6'2" and 200 and something. Like, this ain't the seat you ain't make the seat for me.
When you said it was at the Chicago theater, last time I was there was to see Corey Holcomb.
That was the last time he was there.
Yep.
Okay.
And I was on the second floor. Mm-hmm. Right, and it felt like the floor was like it's not even. Felt like this shit was caving in. It was like the possibility of this shit caving in. Corey Holcomb niggas laughing.
Yeah. Do.
Yeah, fuck all this shit.
Down.
Yeah, I don't like this shit. This ain't safe. Yeah.
That was a good time. It was a good time. I was glad I went.
Shout out, man. Who you go with?
Shout out to my wonderful partner. She wanted to go. Told me about the show. I'm like, yeah, I'm down. Let's do that. We had a phenomenal time. Time.
That's good shit.
Who you go with?
I ain't seen Erykah Badu since, I don't know.
When you did see her.
Yeah, the last time I saw her, I was in Baton Rouge. It was years ago.
Shout out to Baton Rouge. I think I just decided I'm going to see, that's why I'm going to go see, not in Baton Rouge, but New Orleans is where I'm going to go see Boyz II Men, New Edition, and Tony Braxton.
That makes sense for you.
It's that's in like early April. They coming to Chicago.
Hey man, that makes sense.
Well, just say you want to take a shot at Boyz II Men. Just go ahead. Take a shot. But no, they coming here in February, but it's still early and it's gonna be cold. And
I'm talking shit. That's probably a flat concert though.
That's gonna be fire.
And I knew Tony Braxton was part of it, but it was somebody else that was a part of it that made it more fun than me. I can't remember who it was.
It's just them three.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it was a spot date or something. But I heard about somebody.
Really?
Yeah, it was way. I'm not a Boyz II Men fan.
You a big New Edition fan though.
I fuck with New Edition. Yeah. Boyz II Men ain't my shit. And Tony Braxton ain't my shit.
I fuck with Tony. I fuck with all three of them the long way. I like Boyz II Men better, so people give me a hard time about New Edition. But I fuck with New Edition. In fact, the only concern I was just saying was about going to see the show so late, because I think like that April 3rd, April 4th day is like one of their last 2 dates. They finish up in New Orleans and then in Houston. Was that Bobby probably ain't gonna still be on tour by then.
Last time
Bobby gonna be done. Bobby only got so many of these one-legged, hands up, knee up.
Did you see him last time they was here?
Huh?
Did you see him last time they was here? New Edition?
Nah.
It was I can't remember who they performed with.
Yeah.
But Bobby don't do the show. He's in the show, but he does not do the show.
Because he can't do this too many times.
But he don't even fake it. When them niggas get to doing that shit, he just be like, He just stand there, just you know what I'm saying. But Bobby does not do the dances. He don't even fake like he's gonna participate in that shit.
Nah, Bobby keep
it's still a great show though.
Bobby keep it a buck. He's not doing that. But I do want to go see that show. How about we do this show?
I've been waiting.
Welcome to this episode of Herb and Tou, alongside the sometimes there, sometimes not Toussaint Warner. This is where we get together and talk about issues that currently impact the black community. We usually discuss 3 hours of issues.
Today we're gonna cut it to one.
We'll cut it to one today because we don't care that much. But if we care a lot,
we also know we can accomplish what we wanted to accomplish in the three in
hours.
one.
3 hours.
3 hours.
1, 2, 3. My name is Herb. His name is Tou. Please make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share the video too. What's happening, good brother?
Shit, family. You know, what's this first time back since what? Thanksgiving for real?
Was it?
I think so.
I don't know. I thought we did one. I don't know.
Yeah, first time back, man. You know, Big Bank Bella was here. The
Big
was here.
Bank.
Got to hang out with my peoples.
I'll talk to Bank for a quick second. We got our usual conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas, give me some bread. I don't got none. Okay. That's it.
So I've been on the whole city tour since they was here, because they stayed the whole week. You know, so I've been moving around like crazy.
Well, that's definitely dope. I you know, after my come to Jesus moment with my health, I had, you know, strictly been plant-based, but I was looking forward to Thanksgiving. So I did partake in some of the eatings. I was stuck, Joe.
Off the food?
Off the food, G. I was stuck. I couldn't, like, I ate at like 1 o'clock, and I planned to move around and go out south to my people's crib and go out south to my partner crib, and it didn't happen. I ended up being stuck in the first place I ate, and my partner had made seafood dressing, which I had never had. It had crab and shrimp in the dressing. Fire. I'm under the mac and cheese act. You know what I'm saying? I got nice and full. I was good. I would have told you to come over if I didn't know y'all wasn't gonna eat till 19 o'clock.
Yeah, it was. Well, see, I did. I eat a lot because of the way I did Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I was all over. You know,
Yeah.
like I said, we was kind of house hopping.
Yeah.
And after a while, you'd be like, I'm just gonna try this, just try this.
Yeah.
And then the main place where you was gonna eat, we didn't eat till late. So I was like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I ain't eat like that. But crazy enough, man, it's funny you brought up your health because I didn't think about this. We was talking about shit we was gonna talk about. My doctor at Northwestern must have put me into just like a case study, and these people called me to do this diabetes kind of case study shit, which I'm kind of with because it kind of gives you information that I ain't necessarily getting. Now I'm the most ignorant having diabetes ass nigga on the planet. I don't know how this shit works, right?
They give you 3 tests?
What you mean?
Nothing.
Nope. Mm-mm. So I went to the case study thing, but you got to qualify for the case study shit. You know what I mean? And on one hand it's good, on one hand it's bad.
Of course.
On the good side, I'm too healthy to qualify.
All right.
On the bad side, if I qualify, it's all free healthcare. And I was just thinking about the poverty of America.
Oh, that's what it is.
This is some fucked up shit, Jay. I wanted to qualify.
If you're doing okay, fuck you. If you're not, if you're about to die, we'll fuck with you.
Yeah, it's some bullshit.
No, that's the reality of it, man.
But I ain't gonna lie, I got there, there was too many black people in the lobby. I was like, nah, this is a Tuskegee experiment.
Yeah.
If it was white people there, I'd have really wanted to qualify. But without white people really being there, I was like, I don't know if I want to qualify.
This Agent Orange and some more shit.
Yeah, this might be bad.
Yeah, nah.
They might be hitting niggas with the herpes.
Yeah. Nah,
Can't trust it.
It's wild.
Did y'all see that article about how, I'm trying to find it real quick.
I read it 3 times.
It's
In an hour or 3 hours?
It took me 3 hours.
It took you 3 hours.
Listen. Anyway.
Just getting focused.
I'm trying to find a dang on thing.
What's the premise
But
of the article?
basically, they're saying the FDA approved for, dang, I can't find it. The FDA approved for like chemicals, like
Oh, yes.
kind of radiation type of chemicals.
Nah,
or something
deadass, I
like
did
that
see
to
that.
go into the vegetables and
Dead ass, I
fruits
did see
into
that.
produce. I'll try to find it while you talk about it.
It's another like prolonging agent. It's another preservative type agent. And until now, it's like, don't put that shit on the vegetables. You can put it in Frosted Flakes if you want to and make the cereal last a little longer.
The French fries, they never get old.
Yeah, that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But do not put it in the fucking Don't throw it in my broccoli and my cabbage and my. Like, have at it.
Here it is. The EPA approves pesticide containing forever chemicals for common vegetables. And basically, so now it's clear for use on everyday foods like lettuce, broccoli, and potatoes. So forever chemicals are linked to cancer, fertility issues, and other long-term health risks. Obviously, the same people that owns the pesticides owns the pharmaceuticals for the cancer and other diseases.
So
speaking of health,
you call it a pesticide, and then people like, okay, yeah, keep the bugs off the food, right? Cool. But the big label is a forever food. Motherfucker. Food ain't meant to last forever. That's what we've been saying about all these McDonald's experiments when you leave the cheeseburger in the back of the van for 20 years and come back later and it looks like the very day you bought it. The McDonald's cheeseburger, to be clear.
Have y'all noticed how long bread lasts now?
It's crazy.
Without molded and all that?
Yeah, like
it's crazy.
I just be throwing that
I probably had bread in my house for like 2 months that I haven't opened and it's not molded. But on another note, man, I didn't see that article, but I did see another article about Save a Lot, the grocery store, Save a Lot. And they did.
It's one around the corner from my house. I don't think I've ever been in that one.
I've only been in one, but it's a poor shopping experience.
You ever go there when you was across the street?
It's a poor shopping experience. You know what I mean? It's like, it's low budget shopping.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody went through there and tracked all of the food in there, and they said nothing in here is food. All of it has been made with some kind of chemical compound.
That's the grocery store experience.
Right? But think about it though, man. It Save a Lot. Even Trader Joe's, I just heard recently, and Trader Joe's is the uppity bougie shit. Right. But they say there's more callbacks and lawsuits against Trader Joe's than even Walmart per capita.
They got a milk callback right now.
If you think about how big Walmart is and then how big Trader Joe's is, Trader Joe's
per capita they got more.
They're killing Walmart on callbacks. They're like, people have died behind the callbacks. So again, man, you know, there's all these conversations about, you know, when he was young, it'd be the Illuminati, right? Now it's Project 2025, right? The names change, but the reality of it is all those concepts come around like population control and what a kind of white bastion to look like or whatever, right? But at some point, we got to stop asking the question, like, is this real or is it hypothetical? Like, the shit looks real to me.
What you mean, what looks real?
Population control, the concept.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Right?
Listen, some people just do the shit blatantly and America does everything underhanded. China just say, nigga, have a second baby if you want to. We'll murk that motherfucker.
Yeah. It's
you know what I'm saying?
Man. Even the concept of AI, right? AI would be one of the greatest. You know what? Fuck all that. You shared something earlier today. Mm-hmm. You shared, it's the Scott, I can't think of the white dude's name. He was talking to the actor white dude. He was like, marriage is the new luxury item. You should.
Oh yeah.
But I watched that whole interview a couple nights ago.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember dude's name, but I like dude. Mm-hmm. He's the one when I be spewing him that data about men 18 to 28 not having sex. Right. He talks about those things, right?
No, that's his
bag, right? So in that interview, one of the, I can't remember what the question was. He said, "No, we have it confused." He said something like the internet or AI, none of that is the greatest invention of mankind. He said, what did he say? He said the greatest invention of mankind was the middle class. And when you think about it,
depends on what your goal for mankind is. But I get his point.
When you think about it, that's some live shit. That's some real shit to say. Because all throughout time, there's always been the uber elite and the uber poor. The middle balances it all off, makes life worth living for both sides, right? Both sides are eating off the middle.
It's a seed.
Huh?
It's a seed.
It is.
And it's, I mean, shit, your report card says satisfactory.
Yeah,
and you satisfy people with that.
Right. So
I'm not a failure.
It creates a
I
valuable
don't need to be
life without having to be uber wealthy.
excellent.
And it's touchable by the uber poor, so it lends a
cool.
arm or a ladder upward.
I'm cool.
Right? You can get here from uber poverty.
I'm cool.
Right? And I just had never heard it like that. And it's an oddity. Right? Middle class is not no normal shit.
No.
You know what I mean? Most places have a uber wealthy and an uber poor. A middle is not a thing like that.
But also, you think about how much easier it is to go from an F to a C than it is to go from a C to an A. And that's intentional.
Sure. But also,
hold on. Because you get people you get A students, right? They'll break your motherfucking neck, you give them a C. What you mean you gave me a C? I'm not them. That's not acceptable. And I say that to say that this uber wealthy class is happy with this middle class, happy with the existence of the middle class, but for damn sure not making a pathway for them to get to the A class. No, I'm not you. You keep your C as your 75% grade there. I'm 95% grade. I'm 99% grade. Shit, I'm 92% grade. Do not bring your ass here. Unacceptable.
Cool. And you had that. Right? But if we're talking about the lower the middle, the lower bottom to the top middle.
Sure.
F to C is obtainable.
Absolutely.
Right? Cool. And you can find a
valuable... Turn in one paper and get that done.
You can find a valuable, comfortable life right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You don't got to get to 90 to have value.
No.
Right? If you at the low F, survival is a construct. Right? It's I'm living my life like this.
Yeah.
You're gonna create most of the ills in the society because you're trying to survive.
Yeah.
Right? So what happens in that? I knock old lady in the head to get a purse because I gotta eat.
Don't
This
matter.
is what it is, right? But if you section that to C, you kind of chilling. You ain't gonna hit no old lady in the head for no food because you know food's coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for him to say that like the greatest invention was the middle class, it was a really powerful statement for me. And then you think about like AI, you think about the food shit we just talked about.
Mm-hmm.
This is all the A class saying we'll strip you of any of that value. Mm-hmm. We want all you motherfuckers struggling from F. Right? Greed is going to push us to do immeasurable things to you because we just want more. Right? We ain't settled with 100. Now we got to get 110.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it creates all these new ills that we're having as a society. Right? The rise in suicide, the rise in we can say whatever you want. The public rise in homosexuality. All these things are strategic to create this population control construct,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about it, it's almost like the greatest genocide that ever exists. Real quick, before I lose my point, though.
All right, go ahead.
Instead of you saying like China, where we'll announce, hey, we're going to kill off XYZ amount of the population. Don't have no girl child.
Right.
Right? The food's fucked up. You're going to kill yourself.
Right.
Right? The air's polluted. You're going to kill and then you can't blame nobody but how you living. Because nigga, you just left the hospital with a goddamn blood pressure of 18,000.
Yeah.
Right? You can't normally get there if just food is really food.
Right.
People go to different continents and different countries and be like, man, I've been eating like a pig and I'm losing weight.
Right.
Because it's not the food. It's just the preservatives and the chemicals in the food. It's a real interesting concept. But you hear and you got that shit, so I got to go to the gym. I got to change my lifestyle. Your lifestyle is fucked up because of how they fucking you up.
You know, Sadiq got me on the plant-based, and so that's where my brain is at on the animal shit anyway. But I get your point nonetheless of how it is in America, right? It was a video that came out, and it was a dude was like, you know, people always talking about, oh, don't let the kids eat this, don't let the kids eat that. I ate those same things growing up. He's like, no, you didn't. You didn't. And he's like, here's Wonder Bread in 1978. Here's Wonder Bread
today
in 2020. Here's what was in it. It was wheat, flour, whatever the fuck makes bread. Only like 3 ingredients. Now, laundry list of ingredients of things you can't pronounce.
You know what ketchup used to be?
Tomatoes, water.
It's period. It's in full stop. Tomatoes and water. Full stop. So yeah, your ketchup and your kids' ketchup, or your grandkids' ketchup.
You got the same label.
It ain't the same ketchup.
Whole different situation.
Whole different situation. That
nigga,
yeah. Your child's a science project.
Nah.
Turn up that nightlight. That nigga glow in the dark.
Yeah. Nah. I grew up on the 3 ingredients. Some people.
We grew up in the same era though. I should have had triglyceride, and I can't pronounce 99% of shit back of food brand.
Yeah, but even then though, it's just different, man. And I think it all factors in. So we talk about like these kids crazy. What's wrong with them? Shit, they ass is eating poison all day long. That's what's wrong with them.
Because though, when it was time for that, like remember they told us about the blue. We did. I still to this day don't really eat or drink nothing blue.
Yeah.
And what was the other shit? Like flaming hots. Like one. I didn't like to see the color of what I ate.
That's the red dot 40 shit you talking about.
Red dot 40.
So I really didn't adopt none of that shit. Like Cheetos, none of that shit. Like I never really put that in my body. But
they finna do away with that shit though.
But just think about our kids though, like the Takis and shit. Like, oh my god, you know that's terrible to have in your body. Like, and the kids like
addicted
from
to that
toddlers shit. Is addicted to that shit.
It's addicting.
Y'all with the good
intentionally
schools, because I don't know nothing about don't eat the blue. Where did that come from?
Yeah, Dunbar was. Shout out to Dunbar.
I went to Beasley first of all,
and through the.
And shout out to Dunbar. And Thomas Jefferson.
No, it's just
with the whites.
That's just a real thing. All of these things that they put in the poisoning, but they are addicting intentionally. They're intentionally addictive, and they get people on it.
Y'all was just talking about the bread, and so I just sat up here and looked it up.
Yeah, right.
At Wonder Bread ingredients then and now. The simpler components were like flour, water, yeast, sugar, salt, and fat. That was it.
That's it.
That was it.
That's
now it has obviously like synthetic additives, enriched flour, high fructose corn syrup,
and a bunch of things that even somebody as intelligent as yourself Kenwood graduate that you are, it take you like 5 seconds to be like, okay, how do I actually say this word? Like, you know, a bunch of wild shit.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, you know some wild shit, G, at the old crib, like when the weather would change, we had vacancies on the other sides of us on both sides.
Yeah.
We would get mice coming in
because
it was always vacant on the other sides. So early on, I used to try to catch mice traditionally, peanut butter, cheese, that type of shit, right?
They don't even fuck with that.
They do not fuck with that. Right? So I had to start getting creative and finding shit to catch them. And it was like I would have to fresh vegetables. It was like I would have to try shit to catch them.
They know shit.
Yeah, I would have to try shit. They wouldn't eat the regular shit.
Nah, it's insane. It's insane right now, man. Nah, it's just different, man. I just feel like 3 is the threshold. Like once you get to 3, we're doing too much.
Yeah. Past 3 ingredients is crazy. Under the 3 Act, De La Soul dropped a new album.
Okay.
Y'all heard that? It's dope as fuck.
Really? I haven't heard. I didn't know they dropped the album because I saw them on one of the podcasts.
Yeah, salute to one of
Joe and
salute
Jada,
to they
man.
roll out. Salute to them because they got shitted on with their whole catalog. They just recently got their catalog on like streaming services. And you know, I know you're younger than the De La crowd, but De La is a huge hip hop act.
No, I know that.
Who have had a humongous impact, and they was never really able to capitalize on none of the shit they've done. So this album is not just, even though it's a good album, it's also important to kind of support it because
and it's cool
that's where they're making their money.
It's cool. They took a huge loss this year.
Yeah, Dave died, one of the founding members.
Yeah, they took a huge loss this year, and so you know, shout out to De La Soul, man. You're right. I don't dispute. I am a little bit young for you know the height of what they was doing and whatever. So I'm not gonna say they're one of my favorite groups, nothing, but I do respect the legacy. I do know what they did for the game.
Yeah, but they one of them. I know
that. Yeah, I know.
And they said some other shit on one of the interviews to fuck me up. Like if you understand the De La brand, like Nike has shoes, dunks and shit where they motto the De La dunks. A bunch of brands have done that type of shit. Yeah. And they was talking, man. They were like, they don't get paid for none of that shit. It's almost every popular brand has a De La something.
Man, people was getting jerked, man.
That's crazy.
People was getting jerked and just signing deals, and everybody was starving. It was just thirsty for whatever little bit could come from it, and people so they futures and they catalogs for a little bit of nothing, not thinking ahead. Um, speaking of that, speaking of cats getting jerked, what about Diddy? What about Sean Puffy Combs, property of the United States government?
At Fort Dix.
Wow, that's wild.
That's the
I
prison
didn't even know
he's at.
that.
He's at the
No,
Fort
I
Dix.
believe you. I just didn't know
Yeah.
that. Did you see the picture they had of him with the baby boy in the background?
Them ain't real, though. Them
Did
was
you
all
believe
AI
that baby
pictures.
boy was in the background?
I didn't see that. I didn't see that one particular. But it's a gang up out there. They got a whole AI is horrible.
No, it's
G.
one in particular. He in a cell with a nigga, and it's like some baby oil sitting on the back dresser type shit. I couldn't go off there. Y'all doing too much.
Did you notice the baby oil? Or did somebody tell you?
No, that was like the post. It was like, look at the baby oil in the background. Like it was a thing. But either way, the pettiest man in America, Fifth, Fifth, is the executive producer on the documentary for Diddy. It's called something, Reckoning, Diddy Day of Reckoning or some shit. Yeah, Sean Combs Reckoning.
I haven't watched any of it. I know you said you watched one.
I watched
of
the first episode. I watched the first episode today. Actually, it came out like yesterday. I watched the first episode today, and while we always, acknowledge Fifth as the pettiest nigga ever, somebody else entered the pettiest nigga ever conversation like a little while ago. I don't remember what it was about, but he did some wild shit. Cam for doing what he did to Omar Gooding.
Yeah, but what happened with the Diddy thing? What's telling me that?
Fifth, while he is the pettiest nigga ever, you can tell that he clearly turned over. He got the rights to do whatever he's gonna do, but he turned it over to some real documentary people. You know what I mean? Because they are painting a full picture. They're painting the whole story. They're going back to Diddy's childhood. They're talking about the things he saw growing up that I won't say led to, that made an impression on him. Some of these behaviors.
Again, I'm ignorant. I haven't watched it.
They talked about his mom. His daddy was a dope dealer. He didn't know his daddy well. He ended up getting killed. But his daddy was a dope dealer, so his mom was around that life, and she was, showing up to his funeral with minks and all that, and this, that, and the third. But talking about them just having parties around and the women being around, and they got his childhood friend in there that's talking about like, yeah, we would be there, man. Everybody's calling us baby and do the dance, and all these women around, and talk about as he got older and he got with Andre Harrell and got with the record label when he was doing his A&R shit, he ended up cursing his mama out, how he stole a couple niggas' chicks, I'll Be Sure and Eric Sermon. Eric Sermon told a wild story in there on the first episode. I was like, nigga, that don't even make sense. But anyway, how he was beating on his first son's mother in the middle of the street, which also blows me, but I don't want to get distracted because niggas, this shit happened in like 92. He was like, oh yeah, he was beating her in the street and whoop the bam. It's like, nigga, you saw him beating her in the street and then you kept kicking it with him to the point where you then became the godfather of the child that came from this relationship of the woman he was beating on. Like, I don't be liking that shit. Like, no, fam. But anyway, it was a lot. It was a lot that lent some insight into his upbringing that I think explains, certainly not excuses, but explains some of why Diddy is who he became to be.
Y'all seen any of y'all watch some of it?
I started the first episode too, but I was just finna ask y'all, do y'all think 50 has taken it too far?
So I didn't watch it, but I'm listening to you, and I kind of thought about this shit specifically when you started introing, like he went to his childhood, he talked to his childhood friend. How long they been filming this shit?
On the whatever, it says they acquired some footage from somebody that was actually taping Diddy. Like Diddy hired a videographer to follow him the first couple months or however. I mean, I don't know if it was the first.
When he knew the indictment was imminent, when he knew the pressure was on, Diddy had his own videographer following him around. It's conversations of Diddy in his hotel room talking to his lawyer on the phone. Like, we losing this shit, man. We need to talk to anybody who's ever been involved in some deep, dirty media shit with propaganda that no way. I don't care if they're from this country or another country. They need to come out here and support us. It's people across the street. It's police officers across the street on the roof that just knew Diddy was in that hotel and watching his room and all that shit. Like, it was wild. But this is Diddy's filming. I don't know how Fifth got hold of it. I guess once he got in trouble, he was like, whatever, we'll sell you the shit. Well, I don't know. But
you ever seen the Epstein documentary?
Yeah.
Y'all ever watched
No, I'm capping. I thought you were talking about just the shit. No, I didn't see
Y'all ever watched the actual official Epstein documentary?
No, I didn't see the documentary.
So this is my struggle, y'all. And I'm saying this in love.
Well, I watched the Diddy thing and now the Epstein shit?
Right, and I'm saying this about us, and I'm gonna get back to 50 in this capacity, right?
I didn't watch it because Epstein was raping little kids.
Let me get my point. So was Diddy though. That's the argument.
That's not the argument.
That is the argument with Diddy. That was part of the argument in the court case. Yes, it was. There was a lot of underage girls in that conversation.
Okay, I didn't know nothing about that.
But my point is this: if you follow the Epstein case, these are world leaders.
Mm-hmm.
These are motherfuckers who make laws and policies around our lives. Diddy makes fucking bad boy beats, right? Not minimizing them. I guess he's part of our culture, and I guess at some level Epstein isn't, or is he? Because we all are suffering under the thumb of the decisions being made, and from the Epstein shit, he was making decisions. Like he's appointing motherfucking politicians. No, ask him this question. No, I'm gonna have him into my pocket. No, he's gonna do this and he's gonna do that, and you know. It's all this shit happening, and part of me wonders, like, and I don't fuck with Diddy. You heard me say that flat way before this happened. Right? I predicted the nigga was going to jail. I had no clue for this reason. Right? And I think Diddy has bad business practices. Most of these niggas at the top of the conversation, I don't like a lot of shit they do. Right? But when I think about the conversation of value, when I think about the conversation of manhood, when I think about the conversation of power, 50 has a whole fucking TV channel or network down in wherever the fuck he just built that shit up at, right? If you gonna make content and you have that kind of power, even if you want to be that kind of nigga, right? There's so many stories to explore that have real impact. But I think there's a need for journalists, right? We've had motherfuckers approach us because they say the only places in America is not a fucking news desert. It's Chicago and New York, right? It bothers me. Like even us, like some of the conversations we have versus what the field is having, and the field seems to be faring very well, right? But and I ain't saying these even about us. Us is one thing, but the topics that we talk about, right? Mark Lamont Hill doesn't become heralded until he gets on Joe Budden and does bullshit and shits and giggles. He was Mark Lamont Hill for the last 25 fucking years. You know what I mean? But we can't see it until you dancing the jig or throwing dirt or doing nigga shit. And when I say nigga shit, I mean it at the lowest level. Like whatever is the lowest vibrational nigga shit. Right? And then we herald these motherfuckers, the 50s, the J's, as leaders.
How you gotta throw Jay in there? Never mind, go ahead.
Because he's one of them.
I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
Right? But they keep throwing low-brow, low-vibrational shit out there. They keep feeding low-level, low-brow shit. And it's very, very circular. Nigga, if you're going to be elevated, you have a responsibility to elevate.
Elevated how? Who said 50 was elevated?
You're elevated in the sense that you have become leaders in our community, whether you ask for it or not. You have become. And I'm not saying that's your fault. I'm saying that's the design. But you could be a victim of the design or you can redesign. It's up to you.
Yeah, but if the whole design is flawed, then there's no responsibility for you in quote unquote elevating. I'm not going at you. I understand exactly what you mean. But there's no responsibility that comes along with elevating in that society. It's bullshit.
What do you mean there's no responsibility? I don't understand.
All 50 did in terms of elevating in that society, in that design, was make some money. That's all he did.
But that's what we value.
Right. So it's flawed. So why then would I you or anybody else expect some sense of responsibility to come from that. There was nothing, he didn't do anything to be elevated to that status except make money. He didn't go and become well-read or well-educated or well-studied, or he didn't spend time with, X amount of elders and storytellers or historians to be like, oh, okay, boom, boom, this is happening, I understand this, that, and the third. All he did was make money.
Cool. They all have been elevated for what they do. Whoever it is on whatever track, they've been elevated for what they do. Does that have to be who you are? Because there's a difference.
Yes. How did you become elevated? And if the only way to become elevated by this standard, by this system, is making money, and then you look at the means by which money is made in said system, then yes, the outcome is almost inevitable.
So I'm making a different argument, though. What you do and who you are does not have to be the same. Hear me out.
I'm not lost on what you're saying.
Fine. Hear me out, though.
I've heard you. Go ahead.
Who I was at 20 years old is not who I am at 50 years old, right? So going into a game at 20, no matter what, right? Your mindset should fucking change by 50. If your mindset is the same at 20 as it is at 50, you failed, my nigga. The evolution of life should move you forward in a different direction. Hear me out, please.
I'm listening
to you. If you've been elevated in this space and place, just from a perspective of how my own life and trajectory has gone, how my own life is, I'm gonna have children. Certain shit should matter differently to you. And if you're in a position of value, whether you ask for it or not, you're there, motherfucker. You should have a response. That is the essence of being human. I have a responsibility to humanity to produce something different. Not just keep throwing low vibrational shit. Everybody, there's ways to make money that ain't just low vibrational.
I agree with you. I was elevated at 20 for bullshit.
Okay.
That's what I'm known for.
Adam Sandler was elevated for bullshit. His latest movies are not bullshit. You don't have to stay in bullshit. You reposted some fucking Richard Pryor shit today. Richard Pryor was elevated for doing clown shit. He's having a conversation in a talk show, telling the motherfucker like politically. He was having a political conversation.
I disagree. That conversation happened in 1978.
Okay.
That was while he was being elevated. That's who he was then. That was the content of his message then. Was he funny? Sure. Did he dabble in his drugs and fuck around with women? Sure. But that was the crux of who he was then. 50 was elevated at the crux of, you say you a gangster, I think you a wankster. I got shot 9 times. You a pussy. You a hoe. I'll shoot you. I'm a pimp. 21 questions. Like, that's what elevated him. And so now he just continues to do that shit. And it continues to elevate him in a society that says, this is what's valuable. I don't expect anything different from 50 Cent.
You don't have to. I'm saying 50 Cent should expect something different from 50 Cent. Because you're fucking growing into a mature adult male, and life of a mature adult male requires different responsibilities.
Life has shown Elevation through bullshit, sir. So if this is the scale and this is the system, and we're talking about elevating, then this is how I elevate. This is how I go upward.
So I'm not going to keep having a circular conversation. But what I'm saying, what you do does not have to be who you are. And I'm standing on that. This is what you've done to get here. Your elevation isn't just this. You should also have a social elevation. You should also have a mental elevation. You should also have a bunch of different capacities that are very separate from what you do.
Yeah, I disagree.
At a 50-year-old mark, it should be, your experience have been very different than the little nigga that got shot in Queens. Jay-Z's experience is very different than the little nigga that was hustling in Brooklyn. How has that personally elevated you? Not how you gonna rap about it. You walk around in suits, nigga. You was wearing Rockefeller and jeans when you was coming up. You changed your stature. There's something that happened. You said, I need to wear suits now. right? What was that fucking elevation, and how does that translate into your conversation? How does that translate into your thought process? How does that translate into value for motherfuckers who are looking to you to get and receive value?
It's just a different level of savagery. You just switched over to a different game. So you went from the hustler street that say these jeans and these shoes to, okay, now it's these suits and these whatever. But I've said time and time again that the people that sit at these board meetings around these tables at the top of these Fortune 500 companies have killed way more people than any nigga ever in some jeans and Timbs with a pistol on the street. It's just a different game, but the mentality doesn't change. What could change you is, say, a person who also grew up in the streets doing bullshit, a la 50 Cent, a la Jay-Z, but they were not elevated in society's eyes to that way. Some shit went left for them. I had to go do 20 years behind this bullshit. Or I got shot and fucked up behind this bullshit. My family got broken up behind this bullshit, and it didn't come with riches and fame. So then life has taught me this ain't the fucking move.
I ain't never.
Life taught Jay-Z and 50 Cent this is absolutely the fucking move.
I've never met a man in my life who's dealt with hardship who wants his children to experience the same hardship.
So what hardship has 50 and Jay gone through that told them what they did wasn't the move?
I don't know their personal hardships, but just any hardship. And I'm not saying even the streets. I'm not equating it to that. I'm saying any hardships, right? Whatever hardships a man endures, he does not want his child to endure that.
I agree with you.
I.e., there's a elevation of consciousness, because I don't want you to have to experience this in this way.
I agree with you.
Right? If 90% of niggas you know that I know, you didn't have a daddy, they want to be a daddy. That ain't got nothing to do with capital. That ain't got nothing to do with their job. This is a conscious choice. Even now, 20, 25, they might be wild and fucking on chicks, all kind of shit. But at their core, they don't want to be or have a laden responsibility that somebody bore on them.
Jay-Z's a father.
Right? They don't want that shit. So what I'm saying is, and it's circular because we elevate them. They cannot be elevated without us. And I'm getting back to the fitness.
Agreed.
Shit. We keep low vibrational shit out there. We keep feeding it, keep feeding into it. Right?
And I agree with you there. It's our responsibility. What I'm saying is to expect it to come from the other way.
Extension of our.
Yeah, but to expect it to come from them is short. It's ill-placed faith.
I'm not asking or saying I have faith in either. I'm saying that there should be a responsibility. Marvin Gaye was on Detroit Motown. Right? Motown was Def Jam. Motown was all of the other record labels of today. It was that. Mm-hmm. Right? And Marvin was, I get the bitches. That's who he was. Mm-hmm. Right? He elevated himself and said, no, this ain't, I got more to me than this. Right? Barry Gordy said, the fuck you do, we sing it to these hoes. Marvin said, no, fuck you, I'm doing this. Because I'm a fucking man and I make decisions for me as a man.
And then we make what's going on.
And he made what's going on. And we can argue, is it the tail wagging the dog or the dog wagging the tail? But it becomes a soundtrack to revolution. James Brown, we can go through every level of black history, even music history. I'm Black and I'm Proud. Sam Cooke, Change Your Come. These are all different moments in time. Mm-hmm. And we could ask, does the music follow the movement on the ground, or does the movement on the ground follow the music? Mm-hmm. And those are just simple examples. These niggas didn't have Netflix to degrade their homie in the whole fucking documentary. Mm-hmm. It just levels of sucker shit to me. It's all sucker shit, man.
I don't disagree with you. I just don't expect anything different from 50. And so when he puts out a documentary like that about Diddy, you look at Diddy, I don't expect different outcomes. That's what I'm saying about his homies. Talking about, I saw him.
And so I'm not protecting Diddy or vouching for Diddy or none of that.
I didn't hear none of that. I didn't hear that. I like you talk about you being his homie and you being co-founder, because that is co-founder of Bad Boy and all that. And I was there and we was doing this, that, and the third, and he's beating up Justin Mama in the street. You a sucker nigga too. This happened in 1992, dog. Now it's 2025 and you not eating off him and y'all don't fuck with each other. And so now I'm in the documentary. But what I'm saying is, where's the accountability then? Because that's 33 years ago, my nigga. We could have cut this off then.
It's just varying degrees of weak nigga shit to me, though. From the Diddy story to the production of the documentary, it's various degrees of weak nigga shit.
I just think it's interesting that it was actually 3 years ago. That's just wild to me. Like, it don't have to be that way, but I'm saying it is, and I don't expect nothing else from these niggas. So I expect 50 to be the petty nigga that 50 is.
I ain't necessarily, I don't really rock with the religious construct. I make the jokes about Mystery Sky Daddy and all that shit, right? But what if there really is a judgment day? Mm-hmm. What if you really do got to bare your soul to walk to whatever the next realm of this experience is? Mm-hmm. Where do we get to as black people, bro?
Niggas will find out individually. But I also don't think that the 50 Cents and the Jay-Z's of the world would change their life path for a different decision at the gates. I don't believe they would.
What do you think about this quarter zip movement?
I'm sorry, what? Oh, quarter zip?
Because to me, it plays in this same conversation we just had.
I just think it's weird. I've had such sweaters for a long time, and when I find it appropriate to wear them, I just put them on. I don't think it's ever changed anything about how I show up or even how I'm received, for that matter. I think it's weird. I think
it does though.
Okay.
And I think it's the same conversation we just had about 50 and J. Mm-hmm. Right? I think imagery matters more than substance.
That's a problem.
Right? And I think that's why we celebrate goofies and bullshit. And I think young niggas get the message so they can turn from being a goofy bullshit little nigga to a quarter zip nigga, and now I'm acceptable. And that's enough. And the whole society rotates around what I look like instead of who the fuck I am.
That's a problem. It's the Allen Iverson conversation to me. Before Allen Iverson came along, you was required to show up to the basketball game in suits and ties and shit. And Michael Jordan was leading the movement and conformed to it, and he was just fine with it, whatever. Allen Iverson comes along, 95, 96, he's like, I ain't never done that, I'm not doing that. And I'll take whatever fine y'all got. Y'all can say I'm a thug, say this, whatever, say whatever the fuck you want to say about me. Allen Iverson is a solid nigga who, I don't know Allen Iverson, but from everything I've ever seen and heard about him, he leads with love. I ain't never seen an athlete cry more than I've seen Allen Iverson cry. Like, he leads with love all the time, but he was painted as the most thug, heartless nigga around because he came to the game with tattoos and chains and t-shirts and tattoos and braids. Now, everybody can't wait to see how every athlete shows up to the game. Whether it's fucking Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or it's what's the sister that played for the Sky? Angel Reese. Mm-hmm. That's just a part of the game now. What do they wear? They can wear what the fuck they want to wear. But AI started that, because before that, you get fined if you don't wear this or that.
Yeah, but for me, again, like I said, the quarter zip shit is the same as the Jay-Z shit or the 50 Cent shit to me. All of it is responses to white respectability and white ideology, right? Mm-hmm. So, but the impacts of operating on the other side of that they only affect black people, and they are only implemented by black people. Right? Who the quarter zip? I'm laughing at it or whatever, and I'm leveraging it just because it's easy to leverage. But who's putting the videos across social media saying here's the new movement, the quarter zip movement, right? And here's why it's a movement, because you get a different value from putting on the quarter zip than a Nike tech suit, right?
What changed about Jay-Z when he went from wearing throwback jerseys to saying change clothes, and I don't wear jerseys, I'm 30 plus, give me a fresh pair of jeans, nigga, button up. Everybody started wearing button ups to the club. We was going to the club like we was going to motherfucking semi-casual office situation. It didn't change no outcomes.
I'm also going to sit on this NFL platform and tell you we threw kneeling, then I'm going to rape the system.
And that was way later, though.
No, you're missing what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I'm saying he's implementing the same philosophies. You're still a savage motherfucker that only presents savagery upon black people.
I agree with that.
So it's the same thing as the nigga with the button up, with the Nike Tech to the goddamn quarter zip.
Okay.
It's the same conversation.
Oh, okay. So you asked me what I think changed. I said I don't think it changed shit. You said I think it does.
I'm confused where you going now. I said what I meant to say.
Okay, cool. Just watch the Herb and Tou show sometimes. You'll see how right I am.
If you say so. What's in that cup?
Lemonade.
No, okay.
You want some?
Not at all.
Okay. Anyhow, it was something else I wanted to talk about. Damn it.
Kenneka Jenkins.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing that's being rehashed right now. If you don't know, if you're not from Chicago or whatever, Kenneka Jenkins was a case that caught national attention here in Chicago. Young sister out of the hotel party with her friends, did not make it out. Video footage came out. She ended up stumbling around the hotel. People were trying to figure out what happened to her. Her lifeless body was then found in the freezer, where speculation started to fly. Did she accidentally end up in the freezer? Was she placed in the freezer? Did she get locked in the freezer? Was she drunk, disoriented, and couldn't get out of the freezer? What happened here? And ultimately, no solid answers were ever given for that. We do know that her mother received a settlement,
like 3.2,
3.2, 3.7, 3.1. She received in excess of $3 million as a settlement. She is now coming out saying, I want to tell my story now. And no amount of money is worth keeping these secrets, because as most settlements do, they come with some agreements, whether they be non-disclosure agreements or they be agreements to not sue again later or try to charge somebody something else later. That agreement came the same way, and she's like, yeah, no, I know some other truths about what happened to my daughter that night, and I want them exposed now. I don't know what the truth is.
Yeah, I have no idea what the truth is, but I don't even know why. Well, I guess I know why it's resurfaced, because her mother's coming out saying, "Hey, I got something to say," right? But it was a national story.
Mm-hmm.
It got a lot of attention. There was a lot of local activists that was engaged around the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of police, even I don't know what you would call Zach TV. He was kind of like the precursor to academics, I guess you would say, at some level.
Yeah, no, he was independent media person,
but like kind of in front of the drill movement
fame in Chicago,
kind of video thing, right?
He's under the Smack DVD Act and a lot of other acts.
Yeah, so he was a precursor to academics, so he was very popular in the streets of Chicago.
The drill movement.
Yeah, he was kind of putting them on.
To that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Zach TV, man.
So Zach took a specific interest in this case himself, right?
Yeah.
And I would also argue, like, and I don't know, again, like I said, it's all speculative, but in the rehashing, other conversations are coming out from people outside of her mama as well, right? Some of them local activists have shown old footage of conversations they was alerted to that they just didn't speak to at the time. There's this other it's all speculative, right? So this other speculative thing about Zach TV also died. If you're not from Chicago, he was also killed, right?
Right.
Some of us locally know a story,
right?
But the depths of said story, who knows how that took place? You know what I mean?
Story behind the story.
The story behind the story, right? But it's an interesting timeline. It's stuff associated with Kenneka Jenkins' murder that Zach was very heavily involved with. It's conversations that he shared with specific activists that they won't even talk about to this day because of the depths of the details of it. There's an argument that says the mama does intimately know what's happening. Again, it's speculative too, but in these conversations, and she kind of just sold her daughter for that 3 point whatever money. And I'm saying sold in the sense of, I know, but I'll take this money to shut me up.
Yeah, I think it's tough, and I think, context is critical, and it's a very delicate conversation because, like, as we both prefaced, we don't know the hardcore facts of this thing. And there's a lot of conversation that's going around, and the headline is, she sold her daughter for 3 point. Sell my daughter. My daughter was dead and gone, and I took this settlement and agreed to not disclose whatever is to be disclosed. That being said, I think that shit gets floated around so much that it's like I don't know. Also, I'm a conspiracy theorist in my own right, and I'm proud of it. And people put a negative connotation on the phrase conspiracy theorist, and I'm like, ain't no negative connotation to it. It just literally means I think that a conspiracy was done here, and the conspiracy ain't nothing but two or more people conspiring to create an outcome. Right? That's it. Mm-hmm. And I don't put that past the U.S. government or these rich corporations or none of that. And so whatever hotel she was in, whatever the parent company of that hotel is in, you're going to reach some powerful people who are like, listen, we don't have no problem throwing these relative pennies at you, lady. Here, take the $3 million, shut the fuck up or gone. We don't want the truth of whatever happened to come out here. So I'm not dispelling that. I'm not disputing that in any way. But it gets reckless when we don't know things. We get to throwing things around. People saying Zach TV got killed for that reason. It's like I don't know that Zach got killed for that. Is it possible? I'm not dispelling that at all. But I do know the stories that came out about why Zach got killed. And some of the characters that were involved. Now, could it be a conspiracy? Like, yeah, they was involved. We paid them to do it. And then we had to kill all of them because P was missing it as soon as Zach got killed. Like, nah, P be knowing all the street shit as much as anybody be knowing. Like, no, they all turned up dead except for one of them. I get it. Cool. But it just gets very sketchy when you're trying to piece that thing together.
This ain't necessarily about Kenneka Jenkins, but this is about conspiracy and the world that we're moving into, right? If you paying attention to AI, like digital imagery is getting better and better and better by the fucking second, right? P put a goddamn I just came back like Jordan clip on his page.
Hilarious.
Where he's leaving a real NBA basketball game with sweat glands and wearing 45.
If you're not following Culture Seller and Behind the Seller, you need to be doing that immediately.
So if you think about that, and that's just P shit, right? But I follow a lot of the AI pages and shit, and you can see motherfuckers like creating like full-length feature films from prompts.
Right.
They look like these motherfuckers was in Fallujah shooting war movies and shit. Yep. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You could do, it's motherfuckers who just show you how the product works, and they'll do like a video call, and the character behind the character, the real person behind the character they're creating is mimicking the movements and having a conversation. And let's say it's a Nigerian 6 foot tall black man, but the character they've created is a Swedish white woman with blonde hair, and the Nigerian be doing this and that, like, yeah, I'm pulling up on Thanksgiving to see you, and then it had a Swedish lady saying, I'm pulling up on Thanksgiving to see you, right? It's like mimicking the behavior and shit. Like it looks almost like the real deal, right? Ain't no almost, it looks real.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you think about that shit, and these ain't like the companies. These ain't the companies. These are motherfuckers who just playing with the product.
Right.
So imagine what a motherfucker who's mastered the product could do with that product. And I'm saying conspiracy in this sense. Like, I'm engulfed in this Epstein shit, not because of the sex and nothing like that, but just because of his access.
Right.
I'm amazed at the shit he can access. Right. I'm amazed at the web of how far this shit goes.
Right.
And we'll never see that shit will never see the light of day because it spans too
not to the fullest extent.
To piggyback off what you were saying about the AI shit and the conspiracy theories, I honestly think that this AI shit is gonna draw people away from social media for news and to look for
so they can find the real shit.
Like I think it's coming around full circle. This is just me personally. I just feel like this AI thing is so accessible. It's growing so fast. It's so easily to manipulate it. I feel like it's gonna make the internet or social media
unreliable,
for the most part, unreliable source. Because at this point right now, I think people value what they see on there or hear on there instantly. But I think this shit right here is gonna make it to they're gonna have to start researching again. Like,
how much damage can be done before it eats itself?
First off,
that's what I want to ask you.
It's an unreliable source now. It's always been an unreliable source, right? So even if I agree with you, problem is that shit don't stop there. the powers that be that make this shit also make all media. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, you'll leave here, but wherever you go, they're in control. Yeah, they're in control. So the only thing I could logically see is that it really becomes, can I talk to you in person? Right? And that doesn't exceed past very localized conversations.
If you can't tell on a post what videos are real, say they make
every newscaster. That's what I'm saying. Wherever you go, it's the same people who are in control.
The newscasters are AI. It's like,
yeah. Or the idea itself, what they talk about it.
Oh yeah, I get that part. That's easy. Right? They do that anyway.
Russia's been bombed, but Russia's just fine.
They do that anyway. We've all seen the videos where they can loop together all the ABC affiliates across the country, and every newscaster is saying the same thing, word for word, verbatim, across the country. And they loop these across like, wait, the same exact thing, I mean, word for word that they said on ABC 7 News Chicago was said on ABC whatever in San Diego?
There's a show on Apple TV called The Morning Show. Anybody watch that?
I don't.
It's with white people, so y'all probably
I don't fuck with it.
But there are some black people in it. But it's like Jennifer Aniston, Steve Carell. It's based on what's the guy like The Morning Show, the guy that got Matt Kohler or whatever his name was, that he sexually assaulted like all his
I remember that. Yeah.
His employees. He had the button on the door where you could slam the door and all that stuff. But it's like in season 5 now, and every season they're talking about something that's actually going on in the real world, but it's around the media. So the first season is about this sexual this Me Too movement, what was going on. They go through like COVID, they go through the January 6th riots, and all of that. And then this season it's about AI and exactly what y'all talking about, like the newscasters. It's loud as hell.
What's going on? I was like, this just
the radiators.
Excuse us, y'all. We got Project Heat.
It's interrupted my daggone words. But they talk about just that, like how AI is manufactured for the newscasters to not have to be there, but also be able to to present whatever their story at the same time. Y'all should watch it. It's really good.
Yeah, but again, right, conspiracy theory, low vibrations, all that shit, right? Imagine a motherfucker wanted to make a story about me and infuse infuse the Diddy concept.
Say we want
we low vibrational, we believe the worst in people.
Say we want to put out a video tomorrow that says, last night, Chicago Theater, Erykah Badu concert, 2 Warner was there. We could do that.
Very easily.
We could put that out. We could do that in 3 hours. Easily.
Right?
We gotta go.
Herb was dating the dude that does hair next door, and he fondled his balls. And they can have a video of it. Very easily.
Yeah, that is so fucking wild.
Very easily. Good night.
Yo, we gotta go, man. Appreciate y'all. That is
He's not gonna get me.
Wild. So wild.
I'm taking my mic off. Take this shit. I'm going home.
Jesus Christ.